Flosstube, it's Kerry in Stitches. It's Friday the 15th of February and this is video number 38. Hi and welcome, I hope you're all well. Thank you to those of you who are joining me again. It's lovely to have you with me, and to anybody new, hello and welcome. I hope you like my channel. If you do, please subscribe and do the things, you know, the bell and all that. I hope you've had a good fortnight. Work has been crazy busy. From my job role point of view, I have had to do 2 months work in 2 weeks for one element of it, and that's obviously meant that a lot of things have been ignored. So you can imagine I'm going to spend most of March playing catch up. So it's just been crazy busy. We don't know why. We were discussing it yesterday. We get busy patches with our caseload, but February has been crazy, silly busy. And one of my processes is to start everything off, and who knows? So I worked from home this morning for a couple of hours just to get a few things done that I hadn't had a chance to do this week. I'll complain, it's all overtime. And half term next week and I've planned on taking leave, so it's just kind of, it all comes at the wrong time, doesn't it? So anywho, what else have I been up to? We've had a couple of busy weekends, visiting family and things like that. Father-in-law's birthday, mother-in-law wanted a cupboard a bit like this kind of style built, because she'd ordered one. So it's just been one of those errands and doing stuff kind of fortnight, and I am looking forward to a weekend of nothing. Kids have broken up for half term, well, we'll break up for half term today, so we'll do some bits and pieces and just basically just go and I'm still working a couple of days, we've got appointments and stuff, but I'm looking forward to a little bit less of a kind of restricted timetable type thing, you know what I mean, not being held to school hours. What else has happened? Yeah, Lot got her red belt for judo, which basically means now she's licensed to practice, and she was so excited by it. They send a lovely little booklet through telling her how to get her first couple of belts and what she needs to know, and we are super impressed with the British Judo Association. For what it costs, we were super impressed. We love her club, people are so nice there. She absolutely loves it. So superb Christmas present, cannot fault it at all. So anywho, that's kind of been what we've been up to. Yeah, started watching The Great British Sewing Bee, and I've been watching Back in Time again, for school still. Love those programmes. So didn't stitch last night because I was too busy kind of really concentrating watching those. Back in Time is a series where they basically get families or groups of people to experience certain aspects of British life through the ages, well, sort of in the 20th century. So the school one they've got going at the moment is kind of, they've sent 15 school kids, aged about 15 I think, and their teachers, well, or some teachers, to experience schools from sort of from 1945-ish, so just post-war through to now. They do a decade a week kind of thing. They did 1980s kind of when I started high school, so that was really good to see all that last night and how things have changed. So and they get them dressed up and they make the classrooms exactly how they would have been, and the teachers teach to what would have been taught. It's not kind of like proper school, it is a TV programme. I can't imagine they sit and do full maths lessons or anything like that, but I love watching them. They've done family ones before now, factory, Christmas, and they do kind of themed ones like Christmas or yeah, a really good series. So if they ever turn up on Netflix, for those of you not in the UK, I highly recommend them. and I started watching the Great British Sewing Bee last night. The new series started this week, which is basically like the Great British Baking Show or Bake Off for sewing. There you go. So my TV habits. Right, let's crack on with some stuff. Stitching, because that's what you're here for. I'm not going to get it out, but I FFO'd February, so that's back there now on its board. Lottie picked some needle minders that kind of stuck to the clip again. When she was a bit poorly last week, we made little cushions with just some buttons for the Valentine's thing, because I didn't have much to put in there. And then we sort of scouted around for pinks, and Lottie made this one. She sewed all the buttons on herself, and then I kind of badly put it together on with some fabric. So super impressed with that. And I'm going to clip it close up so you can see that how well she did with those. Terroir bean. Yeah, there's all some little bits and pieces. Hubby, my azalea I had for Valentine's Day and my card from hubby, along with a big box of chocolates. I did a quick FFO this week because I was worried about content for today. And Fancy Outhouse. Quick, terrible cube finish, but it's my first one. It's all right. It was fine to sit in a corner. That's it, living on there at the moment. I don't know about anybody else, but when I FFO things, I like to leave them out for a while, even if they're not entirely season appropriate. So I've got a couple of Christmas things. I've got my Star Santa and Merry String that I doubt will get FFO'd until probably November, just because I don't put things away. Anywho, and I want to leave them out. Fancy Outhouse February and Heart Pillows. Yeah. So as you can see, we're sort of set for Valentine's Day there. There's also a little pink pig in there for the Year of the Pig. So here we go. This last fortnight, what I've been stitching on. Let me just flick to my book and have a quick look, because I don't know. So I filmed on the 1st. So I did. Oh, so I hadn't done my February flip it, so you haven't actually seen that. Oh, let's pull it out of the basket. There we go. Terrible FFO, don't care. Stitched in Jodrey Designs other than the greens. So, it should just DMC. Can't recall if they are called for DMC or they will do DMC. But the others are... yeah, that's definitely a Jodrey. Well, they all are. That's what the dark one is a solid colour. The paler pink was, or the mid pink was a fussy cut one, which was also with the yellow that's underneath there. This one is called Princess Kerry and is like kind of pale pink and a very silver grey. And then, don't ask me what that border one was, but the border one is what it is. I swear I didn't fussy cut that. I fussy cut the pink and yellow a little bit. One was Salamander, Ruby Slippers. I want to say salsa or something, you know, insert dance here, but I can't remember what it is. So there's that. I also decided on the 2nd of February that I would make hubby a Valentine's gift. So I did this little cactus bell pull. I've done him a couple of others over time, and they're on his wall by his computer. And when we did all our furniture a couple of 3 weeks ago, whenever we did it, he sort of I put his ones up because they were on another cupboard and unit, and we can't hang them off the new one, is what I'm trying to say. So I got a couple of command hooks out and popped them up for him, and he said, oh, I could have 5 all the way along. Well, he's only got 2, so I thought, well, I better start making them. So he currently has a Keep Calm and Game On because he loves gaming. He has a Chinese dragon, which I think is a Joan Elliott one. Might be wrong, but he loves that one. He's really into his cacti, so I thought the cacti worked really well. These are all from... Oh, nice shot on my ear then. This World of Cross Stitch, I Pinterested or Googled, it's like World of Cross Stitch cacti or something along those lines. So I could find what issue I was going to look for, because quite frankly I wasn't going through 400 magazines, because that's what I have. I've got 10 years worth. No, hang on, Tom's 30. I have 13 years worth of cross stitcher, 13 years worth of World of Cross Stitch, and probably 8 years worth of Cross Stitch Crazy. Might be 6. No, even here 3. Yeah, about 8 years worth of Cross Stitch Crazy. So that's a lot of magazines. If you think 13 a year, that's 130. So 130, 260, call it 300. Yeah, it's about 400 magazines. I stopped counting. Running out of space for them. Really good stuff. But I can't, I'm not one of these people that can pull the charts out, because like this proof, I probably would have thrown this away, or, you know, discarded the magazine, and I go back to them so often for stuff. I know when I did the alphabet ATC, this was one of the alphabets that I looked at. So, yeah, anywho, so this is 237. It's, I don't know when it is. I wish they would say when they are. Oh, hang on, 5th of January. So this was December 2015, this one. No, it might not have been December. It's when it came out. So it probably is like January or February's one, but it doesn't actually have it on here. It just says the issue number. Anywho, doesn't really matter. This was, that was, it was one of the design libraries by Susan Penny. Susan Penny, there we go. It's one of some of those. So I did 4 cacti off that to make a row, well, to fill in a gap and make a row. I used that little one there. I used that one and create a pot for him. Because the design I chose basically was the first 3 shelves, but it had something different in there. I just noticed a big thread that I didn't clip. Never mind. And there as well. Never mind, he won't notice. I won't care. So there we go. So I gave him to the, so he really likes that, and I have to come up with 2 other designs for him. I may think something along the lines of Cloud Factory or Wee Little Stitches, something. I've kind of thought of something, maybe. I have to see what I can find. Anyway, so that was that. And the other thing I've been stitching on is Gilmore Girls in my lovely Daphne bag, because I had to move it out of the other one because the other one was just too small for the amount of stuff that I've got stuffed in there. So I am stitching on the coffee shop, which I am turning into Taylor Soda Shop, for those of you who know Gilmore Girls. So the only changes I am making to this one is going to be the shop window. So let's get that to there. Let's wrangle some fabric. So that's where I'm at with it. Didn't get the cacti took over. I was only planning on doing 4 rows for the cacti, but realised I needed 5 to kind of get the length. So that's what I've got with that. No changes that I can think of. I'm thinking I'm gonna put Paul Anchor, the dog, in there, and then just change the window, and then I've obviously just got the roof and the what do you call it? The thing in the clouds, the border. I'm going to go for a finish on it this weekend. So, actually no, I am going to finish that. If it takes me till next week, I'll finish it. It just means that the project that people spoke for I won't have as much time as I hoped on it. But hey ho, it doesn't matter. It's cool. I'm not going to worry about it because it's all stitching and it all gets done when it gets done. And you know, anywho, so thank you everyone for voting. I loved it. I'm going to do this again. So I have now decided that every month when my rotation comes round, so the Flosstube before, I'm going to rotate onto a Stitch 9 whip, although Main Street's a Stitch 9 whip, that's neither here nor there. I will give you 2 to vote for because I loved seeing what you thought. The two I asked you to vote for were Where There Are Bees and Cross Stitch Nation. 18 of you voted, which was really cool. The vote was split 10 to 8, and the winner was Cross Stitch Nation. So, and I'm sorry, Dawn Frosty X Stitch, for putting you in that position. Dawn and I first sort of kind of got to know each other because of a Where There Are Bees chart, and but Dawn also brought me the brought me the Cross Stitch Nation mug, so proper rock and a hard place there for Dawn. I'm just looking for some white paper. Apparently we don't have any. Right, let's use the back of a magazine, that'll do. Okay, so I'll show you, this is where I'm at with Cross Stitch Nation. I've got, so Cross Stitch Nation Heartstring Samplery, I've got one person done, minus her humming hoop or whatever it is, and 3 headless people. So let's just quickly show you the chart. The right way up, I'm not taking it out of the bag, I don't care, we'll get the glare off. So I have done these, a lot of these anyway. The reason I ended up doing this, because I was going to do like, because it's like 8 stitches of, you know, silver or whatever. I thought I'll just do, get the silver, get that particular colour out and just do all of them for the sewing needles and stuff. So my plan is to, I reckon I'm going to have 10 days on this, a week to 10 days. I'd love to get all of the people stitched. So that's like 3 heads and putting on, and then 3 full people, which are these 3. Will I get it done? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I generally do not. I wouldn't want to get, I'd like to think so. I think the others only took me sort of 2 or 3 days to do. They're quite kind of blocky stitching, bit of a pattern, quite easy to, we'll see. We'll give it a go. I am not stitching this in the called for. Possibly maybe some of the called for DMC alternates for a few of the colours, but the rest are being stitched in things that I've received from people, and some joddery, because I've got too many jodderies and need to use some of them up. Well, not use them up, that sounds terrible, it sounds like I'm trying to get rid of them, but I need to start putting them into projects, and Cross Stitch Nation was a perfect project to personalise. Look at that, some alliteration there. So those are the jodderies for it, and I think there's another, oh, that's a joddery. And that's a joddery. There we go. So those are all joddery designs ones. There's a few DMC kind of, it's the skin tones and the browns basically that are that. So I've got 3 silks for you that I've been gifted, 2 that I got in a swap, in the first Biscornu swap, and 1 that I got from Rita Marie, and I can't remember who sent me, and I do know this, and I can't remember who's the name, and I did this last time, I couldn't remember the name. Janet Delicious Threads, maybe? I'm going to go with that. And there's also a hand-dyed, oh, there's a, that Steph sent me that Dragon Floss green, and I think I've got notes, because it's which is a good thing, because I forget where I was going to put these colours. Oh, that's going to be for the flowers, and that pink is, so those 2 are the red, the border at the top, and the and there's also a hand dyed by Rolanda. There we go. That Rita Marie sent as well. So that's where we're at with that. So as I said, I'd love to get the people done. Oh, that one I need to order Charlotte's pink for, because she's part of my stitching peeps. I was going to do it completely from stash, but decided that I would order that one thread, you know, because if a thread's named after your daughter, even if it is pink, she said, I'm not a pink person, she says, wearing a pink top, I will go with it for that. So did I say my bag from Samantha Crafting Between Stitches? Like that. Right, so that is my one plan. So for the next fortnight, my other is to do the March stamp, or at least get it started anyway. It's quite a, I think this is going to be quite a labour intensive one again. Couldn't joddery this one too much, I was a bit disappointed. So I'm going to have to pull, I'm pulling DMs, no, I think I've got a couple of the called for weeks, so I think I'll put those in. I think it's 2 of the greens I've got the called for, which are Hunter and Holly, or Hunter and Emerald. Oh yeah, Emerald and Hunter. I've got Whiskey as well actually. Anyway, so I'll probably pull Whiskey too. So the rest of it, the dark, I think I decided I was going to do, that's going to be the bottom border. That's the border around the edge. And possibly I might use that, fussy cut that bit of it for his beard, because that would probably work quite well. And then just go with the other colours. I'll be finishing my ATC too. That's pretty much, so I've got a good third of it done already, which is an ATC, it's not long, but I'm using that as my bus project at the moment. That's going to be my judo project. What else? Yeah, that's my plans. So Main Street, so yeah, ATC, start that. Let's do a bit of haul. Not a lot at all this time, which is not a bad thing. I haven't spent anything for Stitch from Stash other than for my 2 clubs, which are my Week's Fireworks from Lakeside and my Chromatic Alchemy. I have had notification about Jack Frost's Tree Farm, whatever it's called, the new one from Little House. I'll go with that one. I signed up for the auto ship for that. It's going to be my first auto ship. That's only 7 parts, and I saved my Christmas money. Well, I haven't, I spent it, but I spent on other things, but my Christmas money was for that, so I'm going to, so we've had notification they've been shipped, so we should be getting our invoices, I guess, in the next week or 2, depending on how long things sit at customs. So I'm going for the full thread pack, individual pieces of fabric, and no, obviously the charts. There we go. So my first, so it's coming from Peakside Needlecraft, and my first one should be the thread pack, the first piece of fabric, which is for the big one, which I think is that kind of shape rather than square, and obviously the chart, and then and I think it only works out loud at £7.50 every other week, so I'm quite happy with every month then. So I kind of don't feel like I'm spending an absolute fortune, which is good. Fits well within my Stitch from Stash budget. I do need to do quite a reasonably sized DMC order though, but I haven't put it together yet. I've got a list of about 10, but I know there's more, so eek. I also did pre-order the quilting bee from, well, I haven't pre-ordered it. I've said I'd like that for the that Peakside are going to get from Nashville. I have never kind of been, last year I knew of Nashville a little bit, having kind of got into the Flosstube community, Stitch Mania community, sort of April, May 2017. So kind of people were still talking about things that they were getting in. So I kind of, last year I was kind of very familiar with it, but I can't think of anything that came out last year that I kind of thought I must have that. There's been a few things I've gone, I quite like that, but nothing that kind of made me want to go, yeah. But as soon as I saw that quilting bee, I was like, I love that, that is fabulous. I have seen Ink Circles are releasing a really nice kind of animal sampler, which I'm really tempted by. The quilting bee is Blue Flower Designs, I think. So they're the only 2 at the moment. I haven't pre-ordered that one. I'm leaving that one, but I really did love the quilting bee. So the Ink Circles one. I know that Lakeside can get Ink Circles charts, so I decided that I wouldn't. I'll leave that one until later in the year, or another some other point, because Ink Circle, and actually I think I like their mandala too. So I'm hoping that Kate will get some of those for Lakeside. Anyway, but they're not like limited edition ones that I'm aware of or anything, so it doesn't matter. Now, so Stitch from Stash is going well. I haven't spent anything because my mag subscriptions don't count. My 2, so the only thing that will count will be my Jack Frost. So the first one won't count because that's Christmas money. Excuse me. So that won't count. It's Christmas money, and then it will just be sort of parts 2 through to 7 that I'll pay for, which I think works out at £7.50 a month plus postage. So we don't count postage, so it's about £7.50 a month. Perfect. One other thing which reminds me then, because I didn't, oh, run away. One thing I did get, it's not really haul as such, but I did win tickets to the craft show at the NEC. Yeah, I've got 2 tickets. One for me, one for Lottie. Turns out I didn't need one for Lottie because she's under 16 and goes free. I know that she did if I bought a ticket, but I wasn't sure whether she did on complimentary. 1-2 tickets, so I'm going with my friend Serena and her daughter, who's Lottie's best friend, and she's my friend who we have the crafty afternoons with and things like that. So yeah, super. That'll be fun. Be a nice day out. I've set myself a budget, bearing in mind that I've spent nothing this month and nothing last month so far. And my budget is £50, and that's basically 3 months Stitch from Stash. Well, it's more than three months, and I've got credits, and I really feel that that's okay. It's not going to put me into the black for Stitch from Stash, and my £50 covers every craft. So it may be that I only spend £25 on stitching stuff, as people fall off their chair and go, how little? But there aren't that many stitching stands there. There's one that I know, and she sells Lizzie Kates and Pro Schoolers and Bent Creeks and all that kind of thing. So she will kind of be one of my early purchasing stops. I have a wish list of Pro Schoolers that I want to try and get. I don't mind if they're I love the old cardstock ones. I mean, it just kind of feels like quality. But if I have to get a reprint, I will get a reprint, because it's a lot of the Christmas ones that I'd like to get. The Christmas, I can't think what they're called. There are several of the Christmas ones. Okay, it's the one that Misty from Luminous Fibre Arts has just finished. It's the one that Caroline off the Grid Needle Arts has just finished. Well, finished just before Christmas. It's I can't think what Christmas Eve. There is Christmas, the Christmas Tree Farm, maybe, can't remember. Basically, I think I have 10 on my wish list, and 6 of them are Christmas ones. So the 4 Seasons chart. I've already got Rabbit Run. I got that in one of Michelle's D-stash, but I'd love the other 3 because I didn't know they were serious. So I'd love the other 3. Some of the I love some of the Santas, but I love the ones with the yellow and the green coats. So I think it's Old St Nick. I haven't written them in my book. If I don't ever get them, I don't get them. I'm not going to kind of cry over it. I'm certainly not going to pay crazy money for them. I will only pay up to what they sell for, which makes no sense. Up to kind of what they standardly retail for. So in the UK, it's roughly between £8 and £14, depending on which one it is. So I'm happy to pay those prices. My wish list is on Peakside, so theoretically there are ones that they can get. That's enough about what you call it anyway. It's me thinking this was going to be a quick one. So other haul is Cross Stitch Cozy. Excuse me for a second while I bend down. Oh. I had a card from my lovely friend Steph, and did I get the card down? Just looking for where I put the card. There we go. She knows I'm quite fond of giraffes, so she made me a giraffe card. Even the envelope had giraffes on. I've got hiccups now. And she sent me this tiny, tiny crocheted bee. Oh, and I'm going to put him right up close to the camera. How super cute is he? I absolutely loved him. I did squeal. I was like, oh, kind of, yeah. Yes, I'm not mad. Honest. Picked up a few stickers from my planner and random ink pad stampy doodah. That's just for planner stuff, mostly for next year really. So kind of getting bits as I see them. Cross Stitch Crazy magazine, it's issue 253. Let's go. That was the cover kit, teddy bear tags. Okay. If you ever win a kit from me and it's opened, It's probably because I've opened it to flatten the floss out, because if I post that, it's quite a lumpy knot. So often I will go in and either loosen the knot so it sits flatter, or undo the knot completely and then just kind of package it so it's still not going to like all tangle up, but just so it doesn't kind of bulk up in the post. Because sometimes I struggle to get those through as I don't want to have to go down the start sending things as parcel route. I'd rather go as a large letter, so that's what I do. Anyway, there is the contents page. I forgot what the word for that was. So all the usual bits and pieces, reader letters. There's a close-up of the tags. Oh, I can't do diaring today. Hang on. There we go. We have got Imogen Hudson's design watering can. I love the blackwork. Well, not the blackwork, but the back stitch in the watering can. It's quite cool. Letters, more letters, and a centaur, little magical centaur. Star stitch is Bradley Cooper, using that picture. We've got springtime ideas, and some lovely ones there. Oh, she's got the fingers over the birdhouse. These are designed by Cheryl McKinnon, Tiny Modernist. Sort of birds, flowers, watering cans, umbrellas. Shopping Heaven. Nothing particularly. What's it? Doreen Jones done some retro music ones. Crazy for Elephants, doing that because it's the charts. We've got some little kites, and they've used Rick Rack as the tails. There's a rainbow of them, and there's the other ones. They're quite cute. Ideal for kind of kids learning, I guess, because that would be a fun kind of way of doing something with it. How glorious is that? A lower, and that's an Emma Congdon one. And actually the floss list is relatively small. I don't think it's particularly big. 5. It's about 20, and I don't think that, for the vibrancy of that design, I don't think that's much at all. We've got an Assisi alphabet. I'm calling it Art Nouveau, but I'm not convinced by. I always think Art Nouveau is a bit more stylised than that, but Meet the Crazy Team, some cute little spring animals. Leslie Tier. All the usual stuff. Native sea creatures, so the seal and then seagull, skate, octopus and stuff like that, porpoise. Cards for grandparents, or cards of grandparents, Lucy Heaton. Okay, Challenge Lucy, we've got Budgies, a sugar glider. I have never heard of that animal. A Chinese girl in a hanfu outfit. Steampunk top hat, garden shed, and a puffin and a penguin. No, a puffin and a seal. Ugh. I think I know my animals. These eggs look amazing. 3D ones. So basically you stitch each panel 4 times and then sew them up. And there's 3 designs, and it gives you instructions on how to put them together. They actually use a sewing machine, but you could hand sew them because I wouldn't fancy that. And then that's it. Next month looks like it's going to be a super colourful issue. There we go for that. And then just the crossword. So that's Cross Stitch Crazy issue 253. And then let's get on to some giveaways. I am really sorry, I've posted nothing in a month, and I am sorry about that. Work has been crazy, so I haven't been able to leave early. I'm sorry, time and all that. So, anywho, my dining table currently has piles of things that need to be packaged up. So, I might not get to the post office this weekend, but they'll all be ready to go. So if I owe you something, I am very sorry. I haven't forgotten. I just haven't gotten around to it. So let's add some more. Then I got to the point yesterday when I was like, let me just wait till I've done my Flosstube and then I can add some more to the pile and just do it all in one go. So winners. So many people wanted stuff this month, at this time, and I'm really pleased with that. So one thing Lottie and I were talking about the other day is I need to go through my box under the bed which contains kits. I probably still have 150 cover kits and charts and stuff that I am not going to stitch. Well, that I'd like to stitch, but I need to be more realistic, and I'm not stitching the ones that are coming in now, so I need to go through and decide what I'm actually going to stitch and what I'm not. So, and refresh the basket, because I've kind of go through now going, there's some good stuff in there, but some of it's looking a bit old because some of it's like 10 years old now. So I'll see what I can do. And the other problem is some of them don't come with the charts inside them, and I don't want to get rid of the magazines, so that's the problem. If I can't give the chart, if I just sent that kit and didn't give the chart, it'd be pretty pointless, and that's the problem I have with some of them. So might need to find a workaround for that one. So, anywho, right, we have got winners for the chart book. Andrea, you win again. So that's 2 on its way to you. Thank you for sending me your address. Winter Wonderland, can't believe it, 10 of you wanted this, and this is going to BT Hyde. I have your address too, and Sonia Cat Crazy Creations. I just put Sonia CCC, you see, that's how I know. That bunny's going to you, so, and I have your address too, somewhere. Yes, I have those addresses, so I'll get those, I'll add those to the post pile. I have already put your envelopes on the table, so there you go. This time we are going for Pretty Poppies. This was a Rico design one. It's quite old. I actually was going to stitch this and never got around to it. It's done for a tablecloth and napkins and things like that, but to be honest, I mean, where they've done it on the napkin, it makes a really pretty just standalone anyway. So I'd like to stitch poppies. We've got Snoopy. This one it was done as obviously whoever bought out, DMC obviously bought out a lot of Snoopy kits and wanted to advertise them. So there's a few little charts in here. So there you go. So I'd like to stitch Snoopy. So we've got Snoopy's, and I've just, I decided the free chart from Lakeside that I got last time, I am not going to stitch it. So I'm giving it away. I'd like to stitch Winter. And I know I won't stitch these tags either. So they're going today. So I don't have to put them in a pot or a box or a thing. They can just go straight away. So I'd like to stitch the tags. So let's go back through those. Tags, Winter, Snoopy, Poppies. You know the rules. Be a subscriber, don't mention giveaway, be over 18. You can only win one. There's the rules. Those can go in the what's it. Because the only problem with me giving away chart books most weeks, no chart book, is that when I end up with 2 months, I forget which chart books for what. So I did have to go and watch my videos to see who'd won what this time. So don't worry, you'll get the right things. Right. Let's check my list. I have lots of new people to watch in my queue that have already, I think they've all been shouted out anyway, so I will endeavour to do some shout outs in a few weeks' time. Anything else happening? No. What are we talking? See, it's 1 o'clock already. My day is going. I'm going to go and I'm going to go and do all the parceling and the packaging up now. So, have a fantastic stitchy fortnight. I hope you all keep well. I will see you all in March. And so until then, bye-bye. Thanks for watching my channel. Thank you for all the lovely comments you leave me, for the likes and the subscriptions. It really does mean a lot, and it makes it all worthwhile. Happy stitching!